Hello, welcome back to another Petroglyphs in the Sky. How is everybody doing today? Excuse me, took a couple weeks break, went out there to do the Vulture City Paracon out there in Wickenburg, Arizona. That was great. We did a sky watch out there. We did see a light. Now, zoomed across the sky, didn't disappear. Technically, it was a UFO, unidentified flying object. We have no idea what it was, but yes, we did see something out there. It was a great turnout. Did a ghost hunt out there. Did our sky watch. There was about 20 people that attended. It was great at $25 a pop. It was pretty good, man. We had some pretty good times there. How's everybody doing? I'm Jeff Woolwine. I'm your host of Petroglyphs in the Sky, the Phoenix Lights. The only place where we get down to the bottom on what the Phoenix Lights truly is. Not from hearsay, but proven facts. Glad you guys are with us today. We have a great show. We're going to talk about a little bit about petroglyphs and also some of these this rock art that's floating around the internet that's, you know, highly questionable. And we're going to talk about that. And there's this fantastic UAP creature that was found, I believe, in Brazil. So we're going to show that tonight. So yeah, thank you guys for joining in. And let's get down to some of the announcements. Make sure you check out my other YouTube channel, Haunted Encounter Adventures. We go out there and we investigate ghosts and hauntings. And the last investigation we went to go do was Arcadia Ranch. And that was great. I'm making a series out of that. We're actually going to go back to that ranch and do a follow-up. So it's going to be a 3-part series. And so, yeah, we're going back to do that. So make sure you check out Haunted Encounter Adventures. A lot of great stuff there. And if you're into the paranormal and ghosts and seances and all kinds of neat stuff and history of haunted places, then that is the place that you want to join and to subscribe. All right, the Phoenix Lights, Petroglyphs in the Sky, landscape for the spirits, true stories, myths, legends, and UFOs over Phoenix. 15 years of research into this book. Not only, watching South Mountain in Phoenix, Arizona, seeing the Phoenix Lights firsthand, not just, back in the day, but continuously, those lights are always hanging around South Mountain. In this book, I explain on why they're hanging around that mountain, and in some of my other past shows, I talk about how the fault line energy is attracting these beams to this mountain and has been for thousands of years, probably since the beginning of time. So yeah, landscapes of the spirits, true stories, myths, legends, and UFOs over Phoenix, Volume 1. Not just hearsay, but proven facts. There's a lot of UFO books out there that can't prove anything. This book goes into what the Phoenix Lights is. The lost history of Phoenix, Arizona, talks about the first park ranger, Charles Holberg, who knew about these tombs. Yes, I said tombs, located in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona, on that holy mountain, now known as South Mountain, formerly known as Mount Sepoa, Mountain of Mercy. Yes, that's right. That mountain is a holy mountain, and is continued to this day. Because of these supernatural beings, these Phoenix Lights, these creatures coming and going from that mountain. Am I saying flying saucers? Am I saying technology? No, absolutely not. Watching these things on a regular basis for many, 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 many years. I was brought up with these things. I've been seeing these things ever since I was a kid. So that's what made me go on a hunt, on a quest, on a journey to find out exactly what is going on. And when I did, I uncovered the lost history of Phoenix, Arizona. I discovered the tombs out there on the mountains of Phoenix. And the first park ranger, Charles Holberg, that talks about what happens to the Hohokam people, where these people went. They were here for 1,000 years and then simply vanished off the face of the earth with no trace on where they went. But yet these petroglyphs on the mountains here in the Valley of the Sun is a written testimony of what happened to these people here in Phoenix, Arizona. The first people who saw and recorded the Phoenix Lights by carving their UFO videos, or not videos, but UFO photographs on the mountains around Phoenix, Arizona. Those mountains around that valley is, in my opinion, they're scrolls. They're prehistoric photographs. They're a written testimony of the daily lives of the Hohokam people and what happened to them and what they saw in the sky and interacted with. So yeah, the Phoenix Lights, Petroglyphs in the Sky, Landscape for the Spirits. Go off and get your copy today on eBay, Barnes & Noble, ebooks, things like that. So yeah, it's a great read. Takes the reader back into time, tells the reader exactly how to understand these petroglyphs, the park ranger, how South Mountain was formed, why these creatures, these UFOs, these UAPs, these living entities are coming and going from that mountain. Oh man, it's got it all in there. So yeah, photographs of petroglyphs, talks about light and shadow, all of it's in there. Glad you guys are here with us. Let's talk about some of these questionable rock art. I'm not sure. Let's see. What's this one? Okay, yeah. Look at this. Look at this crazy thing. There's a lot of these fake rock art going around the internet. I see them all the time. This stuff popping up all the time. This is just an example. I mean, there's so many. There's so many out there, with this kind of nonsense, and you can clearly tell that this is fresh, this is new, and you can clearly tell that this was made by a machine. Things like this you really want to stay away from. This is disinformation. This is false. You cannot trust these type of stuff. They want you to believe that this is real, evidence of a flying saucer and possible abductions and things like this and little gray guys. Look at this. This is completely fake. You want to stay away from rock drawings like that because this is nonsense. And they're just trying to get, especially if they're selling some kind of books or lectures and things like that. And oh yeah, by the way, I don't make any money from my books. I don't make any money from my lectures. I don't make any money at this. All this stuff I told the publishers of my book to give my proceeds to the foster kids in Phoenix because I'm an orphan myself. So I'm just giving back to the community. So I'm not seeing a dime in all this. It's not about money. It's not about fame or fortune or any of that. Fame and fortune, Dr. Jones. No, that's not it, man. It's about getting the proven fact out into the open on stuff that has been covered up for the last 80 years on what the Phoenix Lights is and what these UAPs really are. And what the rock art clearly means. And this is clearly stuff like that. That's just nonsense. So stay away from things like that. Okay, this petroglyph here. I found this out there on the Indian reservation. On the Australia mountains. Now look at this. You see this? I saw the exact same thing fly over our heads back in 2001. And I can understand why, a lot of people would probably think that this was some kind of spaceship, some kind of craft. But watching these things and studying these things for a lifelong journey, I've been seeing these things and understanding the petroglyphs and the stories and the Native American myths and things like that. These things this is not a spaceship. This is not a craft here. What we're looking at is 4 living entities, 4 spheres, and they're connected together. Now, this is interesting, too. I think this is a photograph. Let me look. Nope. Because this is interesting, too, because the exact same type of drawing, I'm sure everyone is familiar with this, was carved in Germany. What is this? What was this, like a 1532 or something like that? I don't know, but the exact same type of description of these jacks was carved over 100 years ago in Germany. And you can see all these other dots here, all these orbs in the sky. See all these orbs? Look at this. The Phoenix Lights right there, the red ones and the blue ones, the yellow ones. Look at this up here. We have the black orbs too. I mean, all of this. And then look at this. This is fascinating too. They're all oriented right around the sun. The sun has everything to do with these beings in the sky. Look, and there's even some have these smoke tails, and they're coming down. They're going into the ground there. They're going into that. It's possible that could be a mountain. I wouldn't doubt it at all. But we have these things here, these scrolls, right? Now, just because, we're used to, spaceships, flying saucers, stuff like that, doesn't make it actually true, because, everybody understands technology. But when you start talking about something that's alive, that can change shape, just like what these Native Americans have been telling us all these years, then you start to look at these beings in a different way. So once you understand that, then you can understand what's in our skies today. I'm not saying flying saucers isn't real. I'm just saying that there's more evidence that these things are alive than technology itself. So yeah, great example. Nuremberg, Germany, I think it was. So yeah, here's a petroglyph here. Look at this. I'm not sure where this one came from. I just pulled it off the internet because I thought it was cool. But look at this. Okay, let's concentrate here. You see this line here? That is the crack. See the crack up on top? So normally, I'm sure that somewhere on this petroglyph panel, there's like a spiral, because the spirals represent doorways. It's like looking down into a tunnel, into the mountain, into these fault line energies. And here you can see that this being here, he's coming up out of the crack. So these spirals, the spirals are normally ending at a crack in that stone. And that symbol there, it's gonna end up at that crack. And that's telling you that that's the emergence point. That's the doorway. That crack is the doorway. Not the spiral, but the spiral is a symbol to let you know, and it's pointing to that crack. If the spiral points up, then there's a doorway, a vortex in the sky. If the spiral goes counterclockwise, it's a doorway in. If the spiral goes counterclockwise, it's a doorway out. I'm sure somewhere on this panel, and they decided not to photograph it, there's a spiral somewhere on this rock. But here we have this being, right? And he's coming up out of this crack, out of the doorway. Now look at this here. Is this a spiral? No, this is not a spiral, because why? It's not connected together. Spirals are connected together. It's one long line, one long circle. But here we have many circles. Look at that. A circle within a dot, right? Those of you who have seen these lights in the sky personally, and who has filmed them, I'm not talking about planes or drones or any of this stuff, but real UFO Phoenix lights type stuff. You've seen them. They kind of pulse, right? They're pulsing. And it's like they've got plasma, right? They got plasma like inside of them. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're hovering over that energy source, such as a mountain with fault lines, such as a volcano. Any of these fault line energy sources is attracted, these beings, to these energy sources, especially when the sun gets in the right position. All my other shows, I talk about how it's a pattern. This pattern's been going on for thousands of years. This is why we see like UFOs in Phoenix for like a few months, and then later on we stop seeing them. Well, they're following the sun. They're following the changing of the seasons. And in my past shows, you can go and check out all that information. And also my book, I talk about that also. And so they're over that energy. They're absorbing that energy, man. And they're just, they're pulsating because they have so much energy, and it makes them, look like they're pulsating. They're absorbing that plasma, if you will. That's what it kind of looks like. And that's what I believe that this art is trying to represent. We have a, it comes out. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Get it? And I believe that's what it's talking about. And then we have these two things coming up on his head. Look at that. I've seen something like this over South Mountain in Phoenix, Arizona. This light appeared in the sky, and out from that light came this black looking snake looking thing. And Pam's over there with binoculars going, it's a snake, it's a snake. And yes, it was a serpent. It was some Quetzalcoatl feathered serpent that came out of this light. Later on, as it went across the sky, it shape-shifted, and it looked like a stick figure man that we see of those petroglyphs out there on the mountains. And he has these like antennas that are coming up from him. Does it mean that he's a Martian? No. It just means like that's how what he looks like. And he's morphing. He's changing. First he was a serpent. Now he's a man. And he's got these tentacles on his head. So yeah, that's a great photograph. And I'm not sure where that came from, but I thought I would put it into today's show. All right, let's get down to this video. This is crazy stuff. Look at this here. Let's play this. This was filmed, I keep forgetting, but not here in the United States. So please forgive me. But look at this thing, man. Look how it's shape-shifting. Look at that. Look how it's moving. That's how you can tell that these are not balloons. Look at that. Look. Let's stop it. Dude. Look at this thing. Let's examine this thing for a minute here. Let's take a look at this creature. Look at this. See? This is what we're dealing with. This is the stuff that we can prove. Flying saucers and little gray men from another world, that's all fine and dandy. But let's talk about stuff that we can prove that is here. Not by hearsay, but actual, video evidence, not CGI stuff of spaceships and little gray guys from Mars and keeping gray men in their closets, right? No, look at this stuff. Look at this crazy thing here and examine it. Watch how it moves. Look how it's shape-shifting. That's what, look at that. Boom, stop. Look at that. Is that crazy or what? These Native Americans for thousands of years have always been telling us, at least hundreds of years anyway, that these things are shape-shifters, right? Spirits of the earth and sky, right? They've been telling us about these things all these years. And they've been carving. Look at that. Look at that thing, man. They've been carving their UFO stories. Ooh, look at that. Is that crazy or what? That is just insane. That is insane. Ooh, look at that thing. Look at that. You can clearly tell. And see, look at the black dot. See, I always talk about these petroglyphs. All right, those of you who've been watching, all these years, these petroglyphs, they have the black dot in the middle and then the circle. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. The black dot and the circle. That's how they draw it on the mountains. That's some crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Absolutely. This is the kind of things that we want to be looking out for. And because, a lot of these people, they do see these things in the sky, they automatically dismiss them as, balloons or weather balloons and things like that. But you really have to study them or really have to watch what they're doing to decipher on whether these are really balloons or if this is something that you really haven't seen before and it just boggles your mind, right? Because when I started seeing these things up close, I was just like in an awe. I'm like, what the hell did I just see, right? These creatures, these beings. And look at that. That's such a crazy picture. Boop. Let's stop that thing. Let's go back just a minute. Man, that is such a crazy, look at that. That is just insanely crazy. Look at that, dude. Come on now. These are the type of UAPs that we are looking for. Unidentified aerial phenomenon, but I think the viewers that have been watching my shows all these years, we pretty much got to the bottom of what these things, possibly are and what the evidence suggests that these things are. But yeah, this is crazy, crazy stuff. Love it. Just love it. Send me your UFO videos. And send me all your petroglyphs and UFO stories and information. I'd love to hear from you. And check out your guys' UFO sightings And yeah, so that's just great. Any questions? Hey, what's up, Michael? Glad you guys are here. Hello, Kent. Hello, Christian. What's up, Steven? Hello, Josh. Hello, Michael. Hello, Heather. Glad to see you guys are all here. Check out this creature. Do you have any questions? Let me know before we go off the air. This is some crazy stuff. Absolutely wonderful. I think we'll end the show off with this. Okay. You guys have a good one, man. You guys take care, and we will see you next time on the Phoenix Lights Petroglyphs in the Sky UFO show. See you guys later. Bye-bye.